understand that in a bridge, this musician will play in this time signature and I will play in a different.
Everything is always planned. No, never. Oh, yes.
Все всегда спланировано, это важно.
I didn't answer the question. When they ask something extra in a musician way, maybe you can translate it better, because she didn't understand the polyrhythmic stuff. But the polyrhythmic stuff is just, that's just all, it's always off the dome of the moment. We never rehearse. We've never practiced. That's why I call the experiment. We've literally never had a rehearsal with ourselves, as a band. You know what I mean? So we start to play together. Well, we started playing together as a group with Mos Def. As far as us, all four of us together. I think our first stuff was with Mos probably. And then after that, we just kind of started playing together more together. And you know, a lot of the stuff we do sound checks, sound check and hey, check out this tune, and kind of do like that, but we've never had an actual hit this dude. Thursday we're rehearsing, We've never done that before. That sounds funny even saying, but just, yeah, we never did that before. Yeah.
Он говорит о том, что, в принципе, они никогда не репетировали, и первый раз, когда они встретились и сыграли вместе, когда они работали вместе с Мос Дефом, и у них было время на саундчеках и так далее и тому подобное, и они пробовали какие-то вещи, и понравилось, и после этого они стали все чаще и чаще, больше и больше играть вместе.
Did I miss something? To catch the beat? Oh, well, it comes to practice. You just have to do it a lot. You know what I mean? Because when you play with drummers like Chris, who suck, it's easy. No, I'm joking. He makes you, with practice, you get better and better. You know what I mean? So, and with Derek the same way, like everybody has really good time here, and we trust each other with time, but that comes with playing a lot together as well. So the more you practice with people, the better your time to get with them, in general, you know what I mean? So it's just something. I've always been a drummer person, even since junior high school. I love the drums. That was my first instrument. I played drums first in church. Yeah, so that's why rhythm, I love rhythm so much. So that's why I think my time is good, because I've always played with drummers that were really good, that always try to fuck me up, At least the piano has a drum, well, it's a percussion instrument. The piano is actually a percussion instrument, so I like to explore that side of it as well, you know what I mean, as well as the melodic side of it too. So it's fun to do that, you know what I mean? And I don't always, sometimes I fuck up, I mess up, they mess me up. But it's fun, you know what I mean? It's just, you're gonna get lost sometimes, but just try to find your way back very fast. That's the point, try to get back very fast, so it's like a game, almost.
Они ловят друг друга, как поймать долю, потому что, в принципе, то, что они играют, это очень сложно. Ответ был такой, что, в принципе, с таким барабанщиком, плохим барабанщиком, как Крис Дэйфилд, делать очень легко, терять долю. А если серьезно, то он говорит о том, что они просто с опытом пришли к тому, что они доверяют друг другу, чувствуют друг друга. И Роберт даже иногда до сих пор теряется, но говорит, главный секрет того, чтобы быстро просто найти. И, собственно, все.
Берете использовать какие-нибудь различные предметы в качестве музыкальных инструментов, и как игра на инструменте влияет на восприятие жизни?
Would you like using some unusual instruments to get a sound in the music? And how's your music change your life, like vision?
Well, I'm not really a keyboard guy. the weird sound, that's Casey. I like just piano and Rhodes. Because I like the organic, I like this organic sounds of those two things, and I like to try to get as many different kinds of sounds out of those two things as possible. You know what I mean? I know people that have like, this keyboard, they're like, you know, I don't like, I'm not that guy. But, and I'm lazy and I don't feel like carrying all those keyboards, are great. But it's just easier, for me, I like the sound of piano rolls in the midst of a lot of other things happening. Like Casey has a lot of the sounds. You know.
Говорит о том, что в принципе он ничего такого особо не любит, он любит только пианино и Родос. И главный по всяким странным звукам это Кейси в этом коллективе. И в принципе ему хватает того, что тех звуков, которые звучат вокруг его, для того, чтобы просто воспринимать их и удовольствоваться пианино и Родос.
Как называется стиль музыки, он не знает. Вот девушке совет нужен.
Advice of what to listen to?
Yeah.
Next month.
Роберт, посоветуй, пожалуйста, мне, что мне слушать в следующем месяце.
You want just suggestions of stuff to hear? Will your album be on this one? Okay. Derek has an album coming out though. He has an album coming out very soon. It's gonna be great. It's really good. Really good. So good. Yeah. I don't know. I have. Where did I get this? Herbie? No, I love Herbie Hancock. Oh, good. I was joking. Yeah.
Can you just she said she know better in Italian than English and Russian, so and actually she asked advice for the music. What kind of music are you listening right now? What kind of music do you want to check in the next month? So maybe we should check it also.
Right now. Because we're about to record an album next month, so I haven't been listening to anything but bootlegs of us to try to get ideas for the album. So I try not to listen to too many outside things to be influenced. But some stuff that we like, I like, and we like. There's a group called Little Dragon. You know this group? She doesn't know this.
Он говорит о том, что в следующем месяце у них записи, но вообще старается сейчас ничего не слушать. Но вы знаете такую группу, как Маленький дракон?
Little Dragon. So check that out. Little Dragon. We cover one of their tunes.
И он очень советует. У нас есть один человек в зале, который тоже любит Маленького дракона. We got one person in the audience who also knows that. So.
Yeah, there should be more. So check out that Little Dragon. It's a really good group. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
So I have a question for Derek. I know that you write music for movies, yeah?
Yes.
So can you tell us how you started with this and how it helps you to play with Robert or with each other?
Как началась работа Дерека с клипами, озвучкой клипов, саундтреками?
I started off It's kind of nibbling pigeons. I started off on my own. I went to Temple University.
Он говорит о том, что он начал сам по себе это делать, когда он был еще в университете. Просто.
And I was in the orchestra and playing a lot of music around Philadelphia, like R&B. So I started studying on my own. I went to the library and started checking out scores. Tchaikovsky, Stravinsky, Debussy.
Он говорит о том, что когда он был в Филадельфии, он очень много играл в различных бендах, и со временем он начал просто...
And I started writing scores on my own.
Говорит о том, что он начал писать партитуры сам по себе.
And I mailed it out to different composers.
И он рассылал их разным композиторам.
And some responded. Everybody, many didn't, but some did. This composer that was the artistic director for Chicago Symphony.
И он говорит о том, что некоторые не отвечали, а некоторые мы присылали ответы. Вот один из них был композитор для симфонического оркестра в Чикаго.
He got it, and he happened to be one of Stravinsky's last students.
И он был одним из последних студентов Стравинского.
And they started helping me out, and I also worked with Terrence Blanchard, who took me under his wing and gave me the opportunities. So I really just started pursuing that more, and that's how I got my first commission with Chicago, through the connections, you know. So the way I apply that to when I play with everybody else is really, I don't think about it.
Он говорит о том, что и вот этот человек помог ему начать писать партитуру по-настоящему, потом Терренс Бланшер взял его под свое крыло и помог ему.
Because essentially it's all the same harmony. It's just the way, culturally, the way certain styles of music picked up different elements of harmony and expressed it has been different, but it's all the same in one way or the other. Some music that doesn't sound the same is still coming from very similar ideas from history. So believe it or not, when I hear Robert play, it's the same strong ideas as somebody that's one of the greatest composers, because it comes down to the same mindset.
И он, когда он изучал классику Стравинского в частности, он смотрел за всеми линиями, за всеми контрапунктами, полифониями, которые там наблюдаются. И со временем он увидел элементы классики в игре Роберта.
So I recommend to everybody, whatever you like, just study it all and don't be afraid to be yourself. And that's the most honest way for it to come out.
И он всем рекомендует просто учитесь и просто будьте сами собой.
A question for Robert. One more question for Robert. It seems to me that you don't like speaking about other artists, yeah? You didn't mention any name, any jazz pianist name yet. You didn't recommend the girl to listen maybe to a little bit. All right, but where are the other jazz pianists? Do you have any influences? Yeah, you don't listen nowadays. You aren't listening, but you did listen. Yes. And what did you learn the best?
You want to know who my favorite?
Суть проблемы заключается в том, что Роберт, оказывается, недостаточно хорошо ответил, и поэтому он сейчас будет отвечать еще раз на вопрос, кого же он по-настоящему слушает, в частности, пианистов.
Doesn't listen to jazz. His jazz maybe that's the influence you had.
Спасибо большое. У нас сейчас еще есть люди, которые хотят задать вопрос. Спасибо большое. Спасибо. Я думаю, он сейчас ответит. Да, спасибо. So, we got one more question.
Пришел вопрос по СМС. Если у вас постоянный звукорежиссер, с которым вы работаете в студии или на концертах, и какие у вас к нему требования?
Do you have your own sound engineer? And if you have it, what particular sound do you want from him? For live concert and for the studio work?
We don't have a sound engineer for concerts. We just kind of go and pray. That the person.
Он говорит о том, что на живых концертах у них никого нету, они просто приходят и начинают играть.
The big thing for us when we are doing live or we're doing studio, we do have a person for studio, and we don't like it to be engineered as a jazz band.
Он говорит о том, что да, у них есть определенные люди для студии, и в принципе они не любят, когда они на студии звучат именно как джазовый коллектив.
We like it to be engineered as if we're a hip hop band.
Он любит, когда инженер, допустим, делает хип-хоп.
So you can feel it. Most jazz engineers, you don't feel it like this. When Chris plays the beat, so we want this feeling of this, and with the bass, electric bass, we want that a certain feeling, a certain warmth, lows, and very full sound. So.
Can you tell about the guy who mixed your double booked album?
Yes, Keith Lewis. Keith Lewis was the engineer. I don't know if anybody understands the group called Mint Condition. Mint Condition, yeah. And Chris was the drummer with Mint Condition for all those years, and Keith engineered those records and on the road as well. And Chris actually brought Keith to us. We said we're going to do an album, and Chris says, "Hey, you have to get Keith."
Он говорит о том, что на последней пластинке Double Booked у них был звукорежиссер группы Mint Condition, Kid. И на самом деле это была одна из первых групп Крис Дэйвин, в которой он играл. И Крис очень советовал этого звукорежиссера для именно вот этого альбома. Thank you.
Did you play the classical music? And it's important to play some classic music for starting playing the jazz.
I never studied classical music.
Never?
Never. Yeah. I almost did, and at my recital I played drum steps. But no, I never studied classical music. I think still I would like to, because it's such a really good way for technique. You know, I mean, all of my technique is raw, just what I learned on my own. I never really had piano teacher, so everything is kind of just like natural for me, you know what I mean? So, but I would definitely recommend, some classical training, because it's very good, you know what I mean, especially for technique the correct way. Because if you have bad technique, it's good for a certain amount of time, but then it could be bad for your hands and your wrist and all these things, so it's good to kind of know, good technique, you know what I mean? So I would just definitely suggest that for that. And for reading. Reading is always good, you know what I mean, for sight reading, different things like that. But as far as myself, I never really studied it, so, thank you.
Он говорит о том, что, в принципе, он никогда не занимался классикой, у него никогда не был педагогом, и все, что он умеет, это он сам. Но, и, в принципе, классика для него — это композиция John Steps.
Hello there, guys. I would like to ask you. I know you play jazz, hospital music. Excited you sounds. Gospel.
Он спросил, повлияла ли на вас музыка госпел?
I'm a product of that. Like,
Говорит, что он продукт госпел.
that's the way I became interested in the music. My mom would bring me sometimes to our family church, and the bass player was amazing.
Он говорит о том, что его семья посещала церковь, его мать приводила в церковь, в которой был потрясающий басист.
So that's the reason I wanted to even play the guitar. I started on drums, and then I played guitar and switched to bass. So for me, through school, I was never in the jazz band or any of that type of music. I was in the orchestra. I played electric bass in the orchestra and played in church.
Он говорит, что сначала он начал играть на барабанах, потом он начал играть на гитаре, а после этого перешел на бас-гитару. И, в принципе, он никогда не играл в коллективах, он в основном играл именно в церкви, в бенде церкви.
But so to this day, like, I have to feel people, you know, like for me, I don't enjoy playing just to try to show off or anything like that. I enjoy people coming and like feeling good or bad, you know, I just like feeling the people. That's why we like the music to hit a certain type of way, because ultimately that's what's important to me.
Он говорит, что госпел дает определенное видение, определенное чувство в музыке, и люди, которые приходят туда, они по определенным образом чувствуют и переживают бэнд, который играет в церкви, и это ему очень близко, и это его. I got a question about hip hop right now, the hip hop culture. What do you think about the hip hop, about future for hip hop, and does it have a positive influence to the world culture?
I mean, the state of it now is really nice, I guess, for us and musicians, because a lot of rappers now in the States are hiring bands to play with them. You practically can't go on tour, on a successful tour, if you're a rapper without a nice band, because now you're competing against the next rapper in his band. So, I mean, in that form, and for recordings, people are like employing musicians now instead of a lot of sampling and stuff. So like people like Kanye West and all of them, when they run across someone like Casey or Robert, then they're like, damn, you know, I was wasting all that money sampling all these records and I could have just been with these cats. And so now they're kind of, that surgence is kind of going on in hip hop, even with the people we play with.
Он говорит о том, что сейчас потрясающее время для хип-хопа, сейчас артисты, рэперы начали по-настоящему использовать живые бенды, они стали заменять сэмплеры на живые коллективы, и когда они слышат таких людей, как Кейси или Роберт, они сразу понимают разницу, и сейчас, как бы, он говорит, что подъем вообще хип-хоп.
Well, Chris actually answered the question really well, but what I can add to it is that I'm from a part of New York called Queens, New York. Queens, this part of Queens called Jamaica. Jamaica, Queens is where a lot of hip-hop cats like Q-Tip, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Nas, Run DMC. There's a lot of hip-hop culture. So I grew up in around a lot of stuff. So it's great to finally see in our generation, see that hip-hop fused with jazz, it's finally becoming acceptable. It's like it wasn't really acceptable, 10 years ago or 15 years ago. So we definitely incorporated it to what we do.
Говорит о том, что он вырос в Нью-Йорке, в районе Квинс, в районе Jamaica Plain, и он был окружен такими людьми, как Q-Tip, как 50 Cent, которые тоже были из того района, и с детства хип-хоп был его музыкой. И за последние 10-15 лет произошло такое, что хип-хоп, когда смешение хип-хопа и джазовой музыки стало наконец-то признаваться, потому что до этого не было такого широкого признания. А вот сейчас это произошло, и он очень рад этому.
And how did you start playing saxophone, and do you consider this particular instrument your best way to transfer your inner emotions into life? And now.
Как вы начали заниматься на саксофоне, и вы считаете ли вы, что саксофон это лучший инструмент для того, чтобы выразить ваши эмоции, ваши мысли?
Actually, I started playing piano first. Started playing piano first, so it was. So I picked it up by ear, so I didn't really start playing saxophone until I got to school and learned, basic theory and those sort of things. So no, I don't think it's not the main source of expression or instrument. It's one of them. Just for me, it's one of them. It's not the main. It's not the main.
Он говорит о том, что саксофон это одно из средств выражения, но не главное.
Well, I
call him when I can't do something.
And I also, with this group, I use this instrument called the vocoder, which is an instrument where you sing. It's a synth and voice intertwined. So I express myself through that instrument as well. So, and I love to write music. I love writing music. I love writing lyrics. It's another passion of mine, writing.
Он говорит также о том, что он использует в этом коллективе вокодер. Он любит писать слова для песен. В общем, выражать себя всеми доступными способами.
Дайте им поиграть уже, пожалуйста.
Concerts tomorrow. Who's coming to the concert tomorrow? See, those people are coming, that's why they're just no, everything is inspiration for us, I think. Life, bad things, good things. Oh, basketball. Basketball. I'm amazing.
Something else. Music and something else.
And sex.
Maybe drawing or cinema or something that you have. Okay, music, family.
For me, boxing? Are you boxing? Oh, good. Тренинг занимается боксом. I like cars. I like racing cars. I used to race.
Кейси любит гоночные машины, в принципе он гонщик и был гонщиком.
Yes, I like old vintage cars.
Он любит старые машины.
What we call American muscle cars.
Они называются American Tandem Cars.
I also model.
Он говорит о том, что он также модель. Next American top model? Okay.
Based on New York City style.
What were we playing?
So if you feel like you tried from our question,
no, we'll play some more, play something else.
Там такой кинограмм, не сдал его.
А? Я подумал, приходится переключать внимание постоянно.